Well, hello everybody, and welcome to episode 132 of the Let's Play world. I haven't gotten much done between episodes because I was moving some stuff around and I kind of messed my hand up. I pulled something in my right hand and it makes like everyday stuff really uncomfortable. I've been wearing a little brace on it and all that, so been playing just a little bit, to keep things moving along, but kind of babying it a little bit. But that's what happens. I was hoping to do an episode on some of the 1.20 updates because they've announced even more stuff, and I'm really getting pretty excited about that update. Also pretty excited about this place. It's still looking really cool. I'm very happy with how this is turning out. Because I didn't get much done between episodes, I think the first thing I want to do is some deep slate mining. I think we're going to run down to our... The wrong boots on? Yep, I've got my snow boots on still. There we go, much better. We're going to run down to that ancient city and do a little bit more deep slate mining. I also want to grab a few of the soul lanterns from the ancient city to use in the base. All right, back down to the spooky ancient city. And last time I was down here, I did a bunch of mining. And I think I just kind of want to pick up where we left off and do some more deep slate mining, because we're going to need a lot of this on the exterior of our base, and apparently now we're going to need a bunch of it on the interior as well. Well, I did a lot more mining here, filled up a couple of shulker boxes, and I have one shulker box full of deep slate, and the other one, I found some lapis, some diamonds, a bunch of redstone, a little bit of iron, tuff, and some gravel. We're going to grab our materials, and we're going to head back to base. But first, like I said, I want to grab a couple lanterns. And back to base. I think I want these lanterns to go out here on these little posts out here. And I'm not sure about the spacing of these yet. I might scoot them around a little bit, but at least this way we can get rid of some of these torches. Nice. Okay, now that we've gotten some deep slate and we've cleaned up a little bit, I want to talk about my plans for today. One thing I want to do is I want to figure out the size of our map room and our planning room. So we will kind of lay out the floor plan up here for those. And I was thinking about this room here. Couple of thoughts. One is there's this weird lip here. And the reason this lip is here is because, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. We're here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I just kick this over one more, then this wall would be flush, and that would be kind of cool looking. But that means I probably need to push this wall over one, and I don't think that'll break anything. So maybe I'll do that first. Okay, now I have this nice flat wall here that goes all the way down to our storage area, and that looks pretty cool. And I also bumped this out by 1, so we have a nice big room here. Once we get some of this construction done, that will help kind of inform what shape this is going to be and how this is all going to connect. I was thinking about doing something maybe in line with the portal, like a balcony or a window. That might be kind of cool. We'll see how it goes. And then upstairs, this is where we're going to do our map room and our planning room. The planning room will be similar to the room we had in our other base, just a big wall where we can put our to-dos and our tasks and all of that. And then the map room, I want to have enough room for a world map and a local map of this area here. So I think what I'm going to do is just use some cobble to kind of sketch out the shape of the room here. So we're going to come upstairs and we'll probably have a little bit of a landing. Okay, so that room would be 9 by 9. 1, 2, 3. And then maybe this would go over a little bit to the map room. Okay, this is looking kind of cool. Let me give you a little walkthrough. So from the portal room, we're going to walk upstairs and we will land in this room here. And what I'm imagining is on this wall, we'll have our local map with the base and the area around us here. And then perhaps on the left side, we could do a balcony or a window or something. And then on this side, there will be 2 doorways. This doorway will have a staircase that goes down to this room, and this will be our world map on this wall here. It's a little bit of a shallow room, so we don't need things on the sides necessarily because we have the other map upstairs, but this would be cool looking for the world map. And then over here where we've got this other door, this will go up to our planning room. And here we can have, all of our tasks and to-dos and all of that. And what's kind of neat, you can kind of see it here, it's not symmetrical at all. So for example, this building part here pokes out a little bit above our landing deck here, but not as far as that. And so once these are all, rooms and they're all kind of like cubes, it'll be real kind of funky and blocky, and I think that'll be a neat look. It's also kind of checking out how this room lined up with the bedroom below, and it just barely does in some places. And so I think that might be kind of a neat geometric kind of architectural feature as well. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is put in some of the stairs just so it's a little bit cleaner looking, and then perhaps kind of flesh out some of these spaces and turn them into cubes so I can get an idea of what they're going to look like in space. Let's check this out here. If we fly out just a little bit and then turn around, it's going to look wild. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this kind of turns out, because I can only imagine, like once we get some of the facade on here, how this is all going to connect together. So when we walk up the stairs here, we're going to have this room, and then like I said, we'll have a stairway down and then a stairway up. And this room will be about this big, and then this room be about this big. And I'm wondering, like here, maybe we'll be able to see the black stone, in the center or something like that. That might be a little bit of a cool accent. One thing I'm noticing, especially once we get up here to the planning room, is let's say we're done in the planning room. It's quite a jaunt to get back down to the front door. So we might want to create another entrance up here so we could perhaps enter here or up there. And that way we don't have to run all the way up and down the stairs every single time. We can kind of enter the base and go where we want when we want. And we could potentially do that here with that balcony like I was talking about. That might be kind of a cool thing. Let's see, if we go up here, you know, we could also do something here. You know, we have a little bit of overhang here, and so we could create like maybe a deck or something that's, you know, sort of exposed to the outside, and then you could just fly in here. That might be cool as well. Maybe both. Let's grab some stone and some wood and get a floor installed and see what it looks like once we have the spaces actually defined. I think this first room, we're going to do a wooden floor that's maybe kind of ringed with stone. So we'll do like a stone ring and then wood in the center. See how that looks. And then I think the downstairs is going to be stone, and the upstairs we're going to do stone as well. We're looking pretty cool here. When we run up the stairs, we're going to have this nice room with a wooden floor. It'll be about this tall, and on this wall, like I said, we're going to have our local map of the base and all of that. I do think I want to do a little bit of an entryway here. I think that would be a real cool thing to have a little balcony. And then when we run upstairs, this is going to be our planning room. And the wall will actually be right about here, I think. And when we run downstairs, this is going to be our world map. And you can see it's going to have a stone ceiling and stone floor. So it'll be kind of a cold room, maybe kind of dark. And then we could have the map all backlit. And I think that would be really cool and dramatic looking. It's really starting to come together. When we walk upstairs now, there's a pretty complete room here. So this is going to be a little balcony entryway where we can fly in. This is where the local map is going to be. And then you can see we've got this stairway up and stairway down. I've started going through and doing a little bit of texturing. There's still a lot more to do here as far as detail. And what we're going to do behind the maps is we're just going to do frog lights. And that way, when we put the item frames here, the map will be really bright and lit up. When we go downstairs, I did a little bit of texture on the floor here, but otherwise it's a very cold, stark room. And in the corner here, you can see that black stone center spire poking through a little bit. I think it looks really cool. Once again, we're going to do frog lights here so that our world map is all lit up, and that's going to look really great. And then when we go upstairs, here is going to be the planning room, and we'll put a ceiling on this. And then I think we're going to do another balcony here so that we can just kind of fly into the planning room and we don't have to run all the way upstairs from down there. And then this is where the black stone column is going to be. And so it's going to continue up a little bit here. This little bit of cobble right here, that is 50 blocks above the ground. And you can see the next 50 is right there, and then the next 50 is right there. So this is where we're going to kind of top out in this part of the base. There's going to be a little bit of a black stone column, and then we're going to build another section of the tower up here. What'll end up happening is it'll look like this spire that just has these kind of modules kind of suspended or hanging off of it. And it's going to be a really cool look. So I think the last thing I want to do here is get all of these frog lights in, just to make sure everything is finished as far as the map rooms go, and everything is nice and bright so we don't get anything spawning up here. That looks great. That looks great. And then here in the planning room, I think what I'm going to do is just plain stone. And that way when we put the signs up here, they will kind of stick out a little bit. And I think that will be a really kind of clean and nice look. There we go. Very, very good. You know, when I look around, I just feel like there's just so much more to do. You know, some of these corners are kind of bland. We can come in here with some walls and buttons and things and detail that up. Once we, you know, kind of move in a little bit more, we can do some cool lights and stuff like that and get rid of a lot of these torches. Lots of little ornamentation and stuff like that I think would look kind of cool. But yeah, made some pretty good progress today. And I think that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.